Much of my work is grounded in just really trying to create better spaces for young people. I'm a native of Philadelphia, but I've been in Baltimore now for the last 15, 16 years, and I've truly fell in love with the community, the people, the scope of, this great city, and really have found my purpose to be in creating high quality programs and learning experiences for young people in Baltimore City. When I talk to young people and I say, yeah, I'm a football player, they're like, what? You're a girl and you play football? I'm like, yeah, I'm a girl and I play football. And it just creates a different conversation, a different door for young people who think that, or for young girls who thought they could never play. I founded POP in 2013. I was a first-year teacher in Baltimore City. I always had this passion for sports. I've been an athlete my whole life. And one of the things I used to do as a classroom teacher was use sports as a vehicle to really reach kids. And so working in Baltimore City, the one thing I realized very early is that we had some pretty amazing student athletes. They were dynamic in their sport. If you took them out of the classroom and you put them in an athletic setting or you put them on the field, these kids thrived. But when you put them inside the classroom and we went back into a different environment, they kind of cowered. They didn't have as much confidence that I saw on the field. They didn't have as much enthusiasm towards getting the academic portion of their day completed. And so what I thought to myself is, how do we use sports as a vehicle to really kind of build the confidence and competence in kids no matter where they are? And so in 2013, I had a bright idea to create an organization that would use sports as a vehicle to really build leadership skills in kids. Starting something from scratch was hard. It was a one-man show. It took, quite some time, a little over a year to really build a team. We actually started out in the living room of my apartment. Early years, we probably had like a storage unit in like every storage space throughout the city just because we had acquired so much stuff, but we didn't have anywhere to call home. But in 2017, we had the wild idea of trying to convert a garage into a headquarters. And we did just that with the help of some key funders in Baltimore City. And so since 2017, we've called 2502 Hartford Road home, and it has been an incredible resource to not only our staff, but our students. And it has really been able to help increase our own efficiency as an organization, but then also just really be a space where we can say, this is where we're rooted. Our mission really is grounded in this idea that athletes can be whatever they want to be. It's completely up to them, but it's really how do we use the sports? How do we use the skills that are embedded in those sports to really elevate them in every area of their life, right? So if I can get on the court and I can call a play, or I can direct my teammates, or if I can demonstrate grit and just determination to really achieve the skill, what does that look like in a classroom? What does that look like in a court of law? What does it look like in a hospital? So how do we use these skills and make them transferable? And so kids know that I can do this. I can do it whether it's on the field or I can do it whether it's in a classroom. But because of sports and because of this idea of being a leader on and off the court, I really do have the skills to be what I want to be. So POP is an organization that really just wants to give kids the space to grow in every area of their life. And we use sports as a vehicle to do that. We've been able to serve over 1,500 kids in Baltimore City. We have been able to not only provide routine and regular access to high quality programs, but we've been able to create spaces where kids can feel safe. When you come into our building, you know that you literally can be whatever you want to be. So we have this huge mural in our large Harambe room, and the mural basically depicts like this idea of I can start as a basketball player, I can start as a volleyball player, as a cheerleader, but I can grow into a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher or a business person, right? And I know that growth can be stimulated by sports. When we think about our impact, we think about this idea that, when we get kids, we retain kids, right? And through that retention, we see growth over time. So I can think of, countless kids who have come to us, 5 and 6 years old, and now, years later are students that are leading our programs, right? We believe in this idea of training the trainer, right? So when you come into POP, yeah, you're gonna play sports, we got that part, right? But there's some other pieces that you're gonna get. And so now those young people are now leading our leadership sessions. They're now leading the work, they're leading our practices because they understand this idea of I'm a student athlete, but that also comes with other things. And I think the best thing has been seeing them lead out outside of sports, right? So we're seeing our young people go into leadership roles in their schools. We're seeing our young people go into leadership roles in the community, really being, at the forefront of social action in our communities. And that's really what we want. We wanted sports to be a vehicle for other things, right? We wanted it to be a vehicle for kids to know that they can lead in any capacity of their life. And I think our biggest impact has been seeing that. The world is so much bigger. You can be a star athlete, you can be a star scholar, but it's completely up to you. You have the power to decide what you want to be, and we're here to help you get there. And so, it's just really important that kids understand that piece. I think for student athletes, so often you put them in this box that you can only be a great athlete, you can only be a great basketball player, right? But there are so many other things that you can do, right? So we really just want to be that constant representation and that constant reminder that, sports will be a powerful piece in your life, but what are you going to do beyond that, right? And what else can you do to really thrive beyond just being a great athlete?